Hi everybody, today in this video I'm going to be talking about mental health and mindfulness. Now, when the mind is suffering with a mental illness, it can be, you may tend to get drawn into the inner world. The mind is confused with, and it causes confusion with your body, like your feelings and your emotions, the pain, the suffering with it all. The thoughts, the believable thoughts, the different thoughts you may experience, the thinking, how it makes you feel within yourself. You tend to get dragged into the inner world, more focused on the inner world and what is going on in the inner world. It tends to distract you away from the outer world of what is going on in the outer world, being more aware of what is going on in the outer world. You tend to get dragged away from that, dragged off with those thoughts, feelings and emotions. Now, being mindful, the mindfulness around it all, is all about when you're like your coping strategies you do, the things you do. I mean, you could be sat watching TV, say, and you may not even be watching, you may have that TV on, but because your mind is suffering those feelings and them emotions, you're getting drawn in, you're in the inner world and not really focusing on, say, watching the TV. It may look like it to somebody else, but you yourself, you're getting drawn into the inner world, of more focusing on the inner world. And what happens is, the more that is occurring, you're trying to fight, just constantly trying to fight those thoughts, feelings and emotions. And what is going on is causes added pain and suffering, which turns into hatred, anger. You feel angry towards it. But what happens is then those thoughts, those feelings don't arise and pass. So they keep coming back. They keep coming back. Like a little circle, yeah, they keep coming back. And all that while you're pulled away from the outer world. So it's like you're living in the inner world. So to help with that is being mindful, the mindfulness around it, to help you stay focused on what you're doing. Things in general, even your coping strategies that you do, is all about learning and practicing to focus on what you're doing rather than getting drawn into that inner world. And when you actually learn and practice that, what happens is when them thoughts and feelings come along, you're not blocking them, you're not trying to fight them. You let they arise and they pass. So it just makes it a little bit easier to cope with, to deal with. It's like acceptance. It's accepting what is going on and letting it arise and pass, rather than getting angry and hatred towards it. In time to come, you learn to like compassion towards yourself, because you may it may make you feel like the hatred and the anger goes towards yourself because of that pain and suffering. But in time, when you practice and you learn with that acceptance and letting those thoughts and feelings arise and pass, rather than getting drawn into them and believing them and getting distracted by them, you learn the compassion towards it, the compassion, feeling more kinder towards yourself, but like things that can help you focus on being mindful is like some tips. Let's just say going out for walks. If you went for walks like parks, countryside, or anywhere where like nature, that's a good thing. Noticing things, being more focused on what is going on around you when you're out on them walks will help with your mind, will help with that mind that is suffering. Being aware so it puts you back into the present moment, the here and now. There's other tips. There's meditation. You can get it up on YouTube. They do things for that. There's different ones. You know, if you haven't done it before, just start off small and then gradually work into it. But these things, they do take time and practice and learning. So you got meditation, and also as well with all that, you can try even sitting down and putting on some relaxing music and listening to the music, something relaxing. So in all as well, it helps with your body and your mind to calm your mind and body and just stay focused on the here and now in the outer world, because that's what causes a lot of pain and suffering with mental health, is more focused on the inner world with the pain and suffering, and it just draws you into them thoughts. And when you start to believe it, if the believable thoughts, then, because where you're drawn into the inner world, you're just focused on it, focused on them thoughts. And the more you focus on them, the more believable they may get. Now, you know, it is hard. Mental health, suffering with a mental illness is hard. But like I said, with all these coping strategies, you know, it takes time and practice, but you can maintain it at the same time as well. It will get easier at the same time as well. So it was all, in this video, it was all about being mindful around the things you do to draw you away from the inner world of that pain and suffering, and trying not to add to that pain and suffering that just adds on to it. Just help you put away from that and just help you manage it a bit more and cope with it a bit more. You know, like being mindful of anything, because we can all like just constantly thinking on, we could be cooking. Cooking's a good thing to help be mindful around, help with your mind. It's very therapeutic, help you try and focus on what you're doing, the things you're actually doing, like when you're cooking, gardening, being out in the garden. There's many different things that are therapeutic and that can help you stay focused on the here and now. It just takes time and practice to do, but it will help maintain with your mental health as well. So I hope this video will be of some help to somebody. Please share this video because our mental health is very important, and give us a like.